Great job, Carl. Thank you. Jeremy, come on up. For the final word in the Spelling Bee Championship, please spell insurance.
Insurance. N-A-G-I-C-O. Insurance.
That's correct. I hope your father can spell Najiko too.
Najiko is insurance. Insurance is Najiko.
At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
At GEBE, our commitment extends beyond utilities. It's about exceptional service. Meet the heart of the operation, the customer service team. GEBE, the power to serve.
And I fall on my knee. Tell me how to wait to be. Tell me how to wait for. Tell me all that I should know.
Day 22.
Captain's log.
The 2x4 needed support. We did not know if we would make it back home on time to support the coalition. We were trying to reverse the effects of a Kevin. We are afraid we may not make it on time. We should have known better.
Late Night Show with Andrew Dick. Welcome. It's all about what's happening today. I'm your host, Andrew Dick. Okie dokie kids, what's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? Well, where do we begin? What a weekend it was. I need a montage. Please, Pete, help me out. Because I'm going to be doing different expressions. You ready? Okay, I'm ready. Kevin. 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 Yo, I don't know. I think it's a bad thing when your name becomes a noun. I don't understand. Don't be a Kevin. You just insult me. Like, it's better you say your mother something because you just call me Kevin. Then you just call me Kevin. You want to fight? You just Kevin, like, yo, when you're breaking up with somebody, hey, listen, I don't want to be like Kevin. You're breaking up with me? You're breaking up with me? You're breaking... Wait, that means you won't come back. Okay, I get it. You're just playing coy. Or make it worse, when your kid, misbehaving, and you're like, don't be like Kevin. Don't be like Kevin. Don't be like Kevin. Or, man, late night, you're watching late night. Oh, sometimes Andrew could be a real Kevin, Oh, excuse me, what you just called me? Hello, you, what you just called me? I could go on for days, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you want to be when you grow up? You can be anything you like.
For real? Dad? Really anything?
No, wait, Johnny. I was wrong. You can be anything, just not a Kevin Meangret.
In any case, independent member of parliament Kevin Meangret. I don't know why I should even be doing this because the whole island know this. But anyway, I'll do it for fun. Independent member of parliament Kevin Meangret has retracted his withdrawal of support of the 8, the 2x4, and has retracted his support from them last week. And then Afterwards, he then changed his mind on Saturday morning. On Saturday morning, he changed his mind. He sent a letter to the governor. Poor governor. Governor don't even work on Saturdays. And he sent a letter to the governor. Governor Bailey, who just reached into office. You harassing already with this unprecedented times. I feel for Governor Bailey. Please, Governor Bailey, don't be a Kevin. Anyway, so a letter was sent to the governor stating that he's withdrawing his support from the UP and the National Alliance now, and he's going back to supporting Dr. Luke Messalina and the 7. So 7 became 8, 8 becomes 7. 7 became 8, and then 8 became 7. In the course of 4 months, is St. Martin still a real place? For the first time in history, you have a situation whereby an independent member or a member of parliament have changed his mind twice. That has never happened in the history, and some crazy things happened in St. Martin. You had snap elections. We had about 4 snap elections. We had a 16th member of parliament, a suspended member of parliament, and was being paid while a deputy came in. We had a situation whereby we had a member of parliament that left a particular party, the USP. He went independent. No, he didn't go independent. He stays at USP, while USP itself did not even have a representative in government. We had a situation whereby Theo Heiliger left the Democratic Party, the UD, started back his own party, the UP, then was hijacked by the tallest member of parliament at the time, Rolando Bryson, took over his entire party, fired the wife of the founder, Krisha Heiliger Martin. Then they went back to the Democratic Party, which they ran from. Then they ended up being elected, and then the leader of the UP at the time did not get elected, only in St. Martin. But no. Who tops it all? Kevin. Kevin. Like, do I applaud? No, I can't applaud craziness. And I know crazy. So now, the election is still on. I know the question is being asked left, right, and center throughout the weekend. People were pissed off. People were pissed off last week when Kevin decided to go over to the UP and the National Alliance. Then when he decided to go back to where he come from, which is now the DP, the PFP, and the USM, they're like, thank you, but no thanks, because we can't trust you. That means next week you might change your mind again. No, nigga, we going elections. No, we going elections. So, I don't know. I'm trying to keep it together because they say that I'm not supposed to be emotional when it comes to giving you this show. But it has been hard. It has been so hard not to be, like, I just want to scream and go like, Kevin!
What else could we be forgetting?
Kevin!
Why? Why? Does he have an 8-ball? And he just like, let me see if, should I stay with the 2x4? No? Okay, let me go. Hey, UP National Alliance, I withdraw you. Am I happy now? No? Okay, I'm going back. Later, UP and National Alliance, thanks. It was fun for the week. Sorry, St. Martin, I made a mistake, but we solid. What? No, nigga, we're going back to the polls. Official decree was signed today by the Honorable Prime Minister Luke Messalina, the 27th of May. You can see it on your screen. It is official. Elections is coming. Now, the voters' registry will close on Monday, June the 3rd. Then we have the deadline for registration of new political parties will take place on June the 17th. Then we have postulation day. which is where they bring the list and say, this is the winning list, yay! No, they're not going to get full support. But anyway, Postulation Day is Tuesday, July the 2nd. Then Election Day will be Monday, August the 19th. So get it in your head. Let me say it 3 times like Beetlejuice. August the 19th. August the 19th. August the 19th. Just a couple of days before my birthday. Yay, Virgo season. Kevin, you're not invited. Now, there's no statement yet from the good MP, the independent MP. What happens now? Will he run in the upcoming elections? Will he wait to see if this thing dies down? I don't know how it works. Because Dr. Luke Messalina continues on his campaigning trail, because now it's campaigning time. So he's going everywhere, going like, it is important that you know that I love you, Sid Martin. I have done nothing for 22 days. However, I have been able to shake your hands, give you a hug, and also let you know that Sid Martin is bankrupt, but I will fix it only if you re-elect me, because I shall be back as the Prime Minister. Veronica, let's go. Okay, PM. Hey, so August the 19th is Election Day. That would mean that, yeah, it's on like popcorn. And clearly it is, because today we got just a taste of what this election is going to be all about. Radio shows. Am I jealous? Yes, kind of. Because I was like, I want a piece of the action. Nobody going to give me exclusive. Give me an interview. Give me an interview. Anyway, we had 3 MPs on radio today and 1 politician that cussed off Messalina. That's going to be a special presentation. Hold on now. Hold on. Relax now, people. So, first off, Egbert Duran. Everybody wanted to know, will he leave the National Alliance? Will he stay? Will he make his own party? Will he join the SAM? Will he join the UP? What will he do? Everybody tune in, 8 a.m. on Billy D. SOS 95.9. So we went and we listened. And what was the interview about? Ooh, he went hard. He went hard. I'll sum it up for you. The 2x4 is no good. Kevin should take a break. And Silveria is the best leader in St. Martin. He had to swallow his tongue, boy. I wonder what happened. Silveria must have been like, little boy, listen to me. I gonna be the leader. You're gonna get it. Anyway, Egbert Duran, our member of parliament.
I want to go back a little bit with what happened, because you guys got a lot of blame as the National Alliance. You've been influencing what happened. Is that true in the influencing part?
In what sense? Because you know,
we had to get a quorum to vet to incoming MPs. Yeah. That didn't happen, and I don't know how you all got the blame.
Yeah, you know, it's quite interesting. If you want to find a way to confuse the masses, if you keep repeating something over and over, it just might work. Fact is, the coalition was in shambles from the day it started, because you have 4 different parties, 4 different ideas, and some are more extreme. Some, let's say, one going extremely right, the other one going extremely left.
But we could
so
say
you have a tug of war situation.
We could say they're in shambles from outside. Were they really in shambles?
It fell, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, it's not my word. Obviously, it was in shambles. It didn't stay together. When they had the vetting of the credentials, they did not come to support their own incoming members because they had concerns with it. We brought forward our concerns, which was, in my humble opinion, a quite simple but yet serious concern with regards to dating of a letter in the future and all these different things. And this was brought forward by myself, by my other colleagues as well.
How could you date a letter to the future? Tell us about that.
What happened was the letter, based on what the chair gave the explanation, was emailed on the 29th of April, dated on the 2nd of May, received by Parliament on the 1st of May, which was a holiday stamped in. So, and one of them were per immediate effect, and the other one was to go into effect on the 3rd of May. My question was pretty simple. Madam Chair, how can this letter have so much different discrepancies? Furthermore, how can a member that resigned per immediate be sitting in the legislative hall to approve credentials? Because if you resign per immediate once it's accepted, which it was. That was the simple clarification. It was totally ignored over and over and over again until last week when the explanation was finally brought forward.
Yeah.
An explanation that still gave me more questions actually, because then I learned that it was emailed on the 29th. If I sign a letter today, Billy, it's going to have today's date on it, especially when you come with registering of documents.
Correct.
So that was that.
Now, you said that they themselves were not there to vet their own people.
Facts.
But vetting of two newcoming MPs to join Parliament, that they becomes your colleague. Was that a problem for the opposition?
That was definitely not a problem for me. Again, as I mentioned, my concern was getting clarification on those resignation letters. Because remember, those resignation letters ties into the fact of those MPs coming in. In order for those MPs to come in, this resignation letter needs to happen.
Yeah.
So my question was, before we approve these credentials, can we just get some clarification on these letters? My message has never changed. It was never a point of, oh, we're not going to approve the credentials to keep Parliament on 13. Never.
Yeah.
Never. And I also mentioned on several interviews that I had, I know Mr. Brook has been trying for a very long time to get elected. So it's a proud moment for him, for his family, for St. Martin, where more young people are able to come in. Mr. Kotai is young as well. So therefore, you look forward to
doing it right.
And it has never been an issue of blocking credentials. Never. And the message has remained the same. And that's why, really, it's not only important to say things, but if you can check in the actions, the message was always consistent.
What do you think about vetting credentials for incoming MPs, though? You were part of the Council of Ministers. You were a minister. What do you think about vetting MPs to come to Parliament? What is that vetting about?
It's a procedure that needs to happen where you have to make sure the person is registered in St. Martin. Different things. It's just procedural.
But if they were on an electoral list and they already should be in, right?
No, but the documents is based on some things that we receive from the Electoral Council and different things. It's just a procedure.
Okay.
It's an administrative process.
Okay.
That has to happen.
Yeah. What do you think about now? You know, maybe this is going to be a rough question, but the question, the speculation out there is that government fell, and you said this properly the last time we had. Government fell because of NA and UP. How do you accept when people say that? Meaning that you push government to fall by getting Kevin McGregor to make a decision, yet you boast about stability.
Okay. Let me just give an example, and it's maybe not the most appropriate example, but the best example that I've been able to use over the last 5 days. Right? I was having a discussion with a gentleman that I met in Kuiman, and I said, let me ask you, because he asked me that same question that you asked me. I said, if you're in a marriage and your wife steps out and goes with someone else, and ultimately you all get a divorce, who's to blame? The person that your wife is with now, or Your wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's two things.
You in a marriage now. You in a marriage. You in
the
a
person
marriage
that your wife gone with could also influence her to leave the husband.
Billy.
Yeah,
At the end of the
that
day,
too.
Billy, at the end of the day, let's be realistic. Your concern, and not just say your contact person, the person that you have to address is your wife, because you all make an agreement. So furthermore, and now we're talking about the country now, so I'm gonna go back to that thing, the analogy. At the end of the day, you know it. You're a well-informed citizen of the French side, but still Dutch side, because we are all one. We boast about one, but some only do it when it's convenient. We are all one. You pay attention to what is taking place. It started with trouble. It started with the fact that some MPs were upset that they couldn't become ministers, so they wasn't showing up, and they're going to make it clear, X, Y, Z. It's all 9 or nothing. That's factual. That's not my idea. That was public. That was out in the public. It was clear. It was said on different platforms that if you leave it out in the sun too long, it's going to break. If you leave it 2x4 out in the sun too long, it's going to break. That wasn't my words. Okay? So therefore, when we talk about stability, we talk about the 4-year term that we were able to keep the government together, although there were turbulent times as well. We were able to keep it together in the best interest of St. Martin and get a lot of things done. That's a factual thing. But to go and say that, NA and UP break the government, we were never part of it. You understand? And
you were in opposition.
It was opposition, and nobody runs in an election to be outside of government in opposition. We're gonna lobby. We're gonna try to say, hey, listen, these are things that we were doing. These are things that we can continue to do. And you always try to get in. That's why you have the consultations with the formateur, with the informateur. All those times lobbying was taking place, and it's quite unfortunate now that they're trying to blame only MP Mingret, while a good bit of them were busy having those same conversations, trying to come out of it and say, fix it, please. And XYZ and communication, where I myself was a part of. So it's all cute and nice to find one scapegoat, if you want to call it that, to zoom in on, because maybe he saw the elements from a different point of view and decided to make that move. But I could tell you for a fact with 100% certainty, a good bit of them was busy.
I want to come back on your example with a husband and wife. When the wife decided to leave the husband, this means that she and the man was quoting. They had to. So who were Ailey and up quoting? Were you quoting McGrath?
But what I just mentioned, Billy, and if you go back to 10 seconds ago, I mentioned multiple people were having conversations.
But you know, I keep hearing multiple people. But you guys are afraid to say names?
Billy, let me show you something.
Because
multiple
people, hold on. Multiple people may have been making negotiation. Megret did it. Did Christopher Emmanuel make negotiation? Did MP Luke Massinina make negotiation? Did Grisha Heiliger make negotiation?
Again, I a person like this, when you and me have a conversation, just like if we talk off air, my principles would not allow me, because you didn't tell me it on air. When we talk on air, we talk on air. When we talk in front of Susie, then me and you, Susie, gonna have a conversation, and it's not.
So let's say.
I'm saying I'm based on my principles.
But that's an MP.
There were at least 3 MPs having discussions
with us.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Well, that's.
So don't try to hold on to Kevin and Kevin was multiple of you all.
However, we know in politics that what Kevin did was in your favor, so you were happy.
It's democracy, Billy, and that's what he did. And what he did now, in going back, is democracy as well. You cannot, on one side of your mouth, say something and then say something different on the other side. It's quite unfortunate, to be honest with me. Not to say my main concern, but my idea on the whole thing, I just hope, by the grace of God, that his mental state is good.
Yeah.
And because you know, when people do those type of things, they're like, but it catches you from left field. But I wish the best for him.
I don't know if the people realize it, but I'm very concerned for Kevin McGrath.
Next up, guess what? No, it ain't finished yet. The Minister of Tiat was in Lady Grace, and she went to talk about the hard work she has been doing and how the National Alliance and the UP, not Kevin, the National Alliance and the UP is the worst, and it's stopping her from doing the good work just about 22 days later after becoming Minister Okay, Krisha. Okay. Krisha Helga Martin, Minister of Theatre.
Let's get to the meat on the bone, as we would say. Now, we heard a minister, acting minister of Vromi, Janssen Webster, disclose how the Vromi ministry has been operating without leadership.
Yes.
Can you paint a picture for us as to the outlook coming from the Ministry of Tiat?
Well, on Tuesday, we had an emergency state of affairs. Now, that's what it was. It was a state of affairs. This is what we met the 2 weeks. Now, before I proceed with that, this coalition has decided to first assess what's there, because continuity is key. And then, based on their assessment and our vision, we merge it together and then bring you the governing program. You know, that is what we are busy doing right now. I'm hearing a lot of noise out there. You're only hammering on problems. But that's what we're assessing, and that's what we're finding. Issues, we're finding a mess in there. We have to assess that and then put a full picture of this is what we found, this is how we plan to fix it, and this is how we're going to make St. Martin greater in the future. So what I've done, the first thing we did, there was the onboarding program, and that I said it in my address to the people last week. It is a rigorous program because it's a lot to learn, and I'm grateful for it because I got to learn the inner workings of government. But at the same time, I didn't want to neglect my departments. So what I did, we had lunch with the department heads, and I personally went with each department. I have 7 departments under me: the financial controller, the Department of ETT, the Tourist Bureau, the Civil Aviation and Maritime, the Economic License Department, the Inspection of Economics and Transportation, and the Statistics Department. I went to each department and I shook hands with every worker. Some I missed, but I'm going to go back because I want to hear. My priority right now is to understand the functioning of them, because I cannot come and put a plan on them not knowing how they're functioning. And from what I've gathered, first and foremost, it's terrible for the civil servants. They have lack of human capacity. The resources are not up to par. Something as simple as ink. Right now, you go and you pass your license exam, you can't print. I mean, simple things that we cannot in good conscience lean on the civil servants when there's no resources, no manpower, and a lot of other issues. Also, the internal and external processes. Those are the things I am busy assessing, because I'm not going to drop a plan on you and you can't help me execute it, because I can't execute it without them. Right. So I've been busy doing that. And in between that, I've also asked them, what are you working on? What are your priorities right now? And what can I do to execute it? And many departments, Grace, everything has been just stagnant. Important things has been neglected. Very important things.
Did you find a stamp for the Tiat ministry?
Oh, you heard about that.
I saw that on social media.
It was?
Yes.
Not by me.
No, of course not.
Oh, okay.
It's out there.
Yes, I do not. I'm busy creating my own stamp. I actually was going to put an article out and let people know anyone that has a stamp between this date that I got in it is a stamp, because I'm not stamping anything.
So how does the stamp go missing?
I don't know. Every other department has a stamp but mine. Every other department, they found their stamp but my department. So right now I'm signing without stamp. So if anyone sees a stamp that's there with my signature between May 3rd and now, it's not me. So I'm letting you know for now, you know. But I'm busy creating my own stamp. And yeah, that office was chaotic. They left everything there. I mean, no one cleaned up. It was a mess. I'm telling you, it's literally, when I said in the beginning, it's a mess.
You would think that's it? No. The Member of Parliament, leader of the National Alliance. Will the real leader of the National Alliance please stand up? Silly number 1. Silly. N-A all the way. All right. Severa Jacobs, our Member of Parliament, leader of the National Alliance, was on Radio St. Martin 101.5 today. At the same time with everybody else. What did she speak of? Of course, the 2x4 is no good, and she's the best. And put her and her party back into power so that there is stability. With Doranas number 2. Roll it, Pete, roll it.
I think we need to go all the way back to the elections. I think we need to go all the way back to the elections. Why? Because we need to look where it started. Prior to the elections. Yes, we were sitting in government for 4 years. This country had cried for stability in 2020. That's where we were. When we got that stability, or fighting for that stability, because don't for a minute think that it was like, you're on a calm waters. You're dealing with a coalition. You're dealing with people and their expectations and not necessarily understanding how government works. Luckily for me, I'd been a minister before. I hadn't been a prime minister, but I'd been a minister before. I come from civil service, so I know what processes are needed to get things done and how much you have to lobby, even internally and in the government, to get things done. The stability was there, but people tend to forget that we were dealing with a 4-year term, of which 2 years was riddled with crisis and financial crisis. Hurricane, COVID-19, and the financial economic downturn that went around worldwide. Okay? People forget that. The supply chain problems, all of that could have stagnated construction and recovery.
But where do you see the link of that in
I'm
what is
seeing the
happening
link
now?
of that in that people saying with 4 years stability, we should have been further. You didn't do what you had to do in 4 years.
Further in what sense?
Further in St. Martin's development, further in dealing with the issues that were there. So I have said, and I've seen some criticisms on the book, which I'm projecting on right now. I've seen people make criticisms like, with all these things and all these tensions going on in the country, the things with GB, the things with TELEM, the things in government itself that are busy being reconfigured and reconstructed, why all of that is taking so long. That is processes within government. And when you're dealing for the first 2 years without money in $100+ million deficit, you got to deal with the crisis at hand. You can't deal with all the long-term things you want to deal with. Plus 40+ years of mismanagement, of disadvantage, of great economic development without the parity in social development will have a lot of things that need to fix that could never, ever in your best 4 years be fixed in one term.
So you're saying that all of that affected your results in your election?
That negative campaign that was put out on us in the 6 months prior to campaign, and that negative, that evil that permeated St. Martin, that attacked me personally, that attacked anybody that wasn't on their side, was used to pull down the sitting government. All guns were blazing against the sitting government, which was the NA and the UP. And that is where we got the extra parties that no one expected. Maybe the DP or the PFP to retain or get 2 seats, but nobody expected the URSM, nobody expected the NOW. Right? So they pulled it off with the recital and everything else. And God blessings, people went out there, they spoke. They spoke from the disinformation that had been projected upon the society. Disinformation. I think when I was here last time, Jean-Marc, we talked about that word. And it is a word that the whole world is seeing is impacting politics, is impacting governing. Because now, fake news, influencers, the right people making the biggest noise,
social media.
And that is what politics is. And where the National Alliance, I can only speak for my party, went wrong is that we did not, during our 4 years of governing, crisis yes, crisis no, ensure that the rest of us who weren't governing and we ourselves stay more in contact with the people. So they were able to be swayed. But when they saw the results, and the spread of the votes and seeing like, okay, we know we didn't want to give you all the full mandate, but we didn't expect it to spread so far, many were regretful. And that's why the reset now is going to do a good thing for St. Martin. And I hope people see that having a whole spread is detrimental to government.
But before the reset, Silveria,
and then the process that happened after the governing with the coalition being formed between four parties with two minority seats coming together very, very quickly, despite what one or two of those leaders had said in the past, that they would not be doing those things. Again, I want people to stand on their integrity and stand on their word. And I trusted that when we were reaching out and wasn't getting responses, that it was because they were holding their word and they would have given the informateurs process the time to happen. Nobody was more shocked, because I like to believe people and what they see. You understand what I'm saying? I was very, very surprised by at least one party going this route and getting in bed, so to speak, with people who are complete opposites to them in the manner in which they speak, the manner in which they govern, and the manner in which they even sit in parliament.
But
that's why I knew it was precarious from day one.
You know the saying better than me. I mean, politics makes...
All right, cliffhanger time. Julian Rolex, USM stalwart, somebody who was a ride or die for the wonderful people at the USM party of Dr. Luke Mercelina, came swinging left, right, and center as to the reason for him leaving the party. And he gave some very good points, and he gave an insight of how it really was to be part of the USM party and how he was treated.
Elections, I was happy about it. I'm going to go to the zero with you. At the beginning, I didn't come in here to talk bad about nobody, really. I need you to understand that. Not talking about bad about Mercelina. I wish him all the best with his political career and, of course, his political party. I think it's very unfortunate what happened to Kevin Mingret. I heard you speak to some. It's very unfortunate because, let's be honest, he is being used. Yeah. Okay? He's being used in the seat that he is right now. Because tomorrow, when he's out, nobody's going to call him. Nobody's going to call him. Okay? He's going to look at his phone and think if his phone still works. That's right. Because nobody's going to call him again. He's a good friend of mine. I think it's very unfortunate. But yesterday I had a conversation with an MP, and I was talking to him and said, boy, you know, to be honest with you, if Kevin had to move, and I heard he said that the article can bring his home. I don't really agree with him. No. Because Billy, we had a promoter, Dr. Luke Mercelina, and they had a process going on. If Kevin had pulled out at that time, according to me, nothing could have been done. But what was the issue in which I do not agree with? I mean, you make everybody leave the seat, go swear in by the governor. And then now when you pull back your support and you don't expect the doctor to call elections, what do you think is going to happen? So if he had pulled his support, say, you know what, guys, I'm done with this, we go over there. From before they swore in, that would have been a different reason, a different story. And at the end of the day, Billy, I cannot say I'm against everybody that you see running now, I believe, or in politics. Everybody has the love for country, you know, and I cannot say I'm against this, against that one. What I can tell you, Billy, I resigned, I came to you today, why I did resign from the URSM. Yeah. Billy, I have people calling me daily basis before Kevin had resigned. Well, what happened is he's one of the top vote getters in this political party. What really is going on? So after election, Billy, we went in a meeting. And everything was great. I know the story about the thing, but yes, everything was great. No, I'm going to speak about this. Me and the doctor had a very, very good relationship. I mean, great. Billy, you know, when they gave me the number 9, I did not agree with it. Yeah, right. You know, I did not agree with it. And I went to him and said, Doc, I don't agree with that. You know, he said, don't worry. Once the votes come in, everything will be fine. Okay? Billy, you remember I had my program here. I brought everybody because of goodwill. Yeah. And if you allow me to say, you always say, but Roland, I want to ask you a question. Why are you bringing all these people? No, let me tell you what. Don't feel bad. Let me tell you what I tell you. Yes, yes. Don't bring them here because they ain't coming on me for free. Definitely. Not only that, you told me they're not going to look out for you when time comes. That's it. I said, do not bring them here on your program for free. Let them pay. And I always tell you, Billy, you know, I'm a team player. Yes, you did. And I will always be there for my political party. You did it. Billy, then when, after elections, in the meeting, I'm going to hear the president of the political party telling me, Who's the president?
Brenda Brooks.
Okay.
That's in the letter, so it's not. It's not because you got votes, you allow any position. You understand? Parliament election is for Parliament. Now, believe they have the party have the way they run. But what I find unfortunate is that you use people, you go on and I'm talking to all candidates today. You go to the polls, tell me from the beginning. You see how I'm campaigning, say, Roland, you know, see a campaign, you don't make it, not for the political party.
Yeah.
And then I bounce really, I move.
Yeah.
But you
continue campaign.
I continue, but leave it up to me. Okay? It's very remarkable. They talk about qualification. Let's be real, Billy. I was something different to this country, which I was part of that bring the political party 2,000 votes, which is the highest in the coalition. Okay? The USM was the highest vote getter in the coalition. I heard the doctor on the radio with the he said, and I think it's very disrespectful because people are saying Martin, but anyway, that's his way. He said, I want.
Now you say, I want, not killing this.
That's killing. But when you reach
that to you then.
he's talking to himself. Because when you reach to the negotiation table, he said, I want Prime Minister. That was it.
That's what he said.
Of course. He said, I want Prime Minister. I want this. And why? When we talk about qualifications, Billy, based on what is Dr. Marcelino, the former and the Prime Minister of the country, isn't it his vote? Let's be real. It's because of the vote. Not because he's a doctor. He's a very good doctor, but that does not mean he will be a very good Prime Minister. We don't know. If after he does his work, he will get the benefit of the results of the people to see if he will do a good job. Okay, that's how I see it. Because if you look at all the players on that table, who, when I talk about USM, DP, who else you have? USM, DP, now, and PFP. Who's the most qualified one for Prime Minister on that table? Isn't it Sarah Westcott Williams? Correct. So why didn't you give Sarah Westcott Williams the Prime Minister? It's because you have the votes. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from, Billy. But, so, you can use the votes for you, but when you reach the Roland Jr., votes don't count. I cannot agree with that, Billy. It doesn't stand good in my book. Okay? Billy, Dr. Marcelina, again, has all type of people. Look at this cabinet. All I'm saying, Billy, in politics, we have to be fair. Just be fair with every individual who is rocking with you on the road. Do you think if Dr. Marcelina would have done the right thing, which he knows, I would have resigned from that fight? I would have been ready to rock and roll now. I would have been ready to hit the road. Billy, I am at the verge, even, maybe you might not agree, I am even at the verge maybe not to run this election.
No,
because
you can't not run.
You know why, Billy? Because I don't want to be a politician. It's my future here. I don't want to be just jump on a political party. You know, you have to. I'm happy it moves to 19th of August because maybe this is something I really didn't want to do. And I wish I told you. I wanted to look for a home and be part of a home. A political home. Because I'm looking for future. Billy, I didn't run on a list to look for no job, Billy. I am a businessman. I'm well educated. My father sent me to school. I went to the University of Pune, or the University of Minnesota in Curacao. I'm not a doctor. No, I'm not a doctor. But I have my education and my father sent me to school. I didn't study in Alameda. But I have my education. I run my own business. And on top of that, now you're going to tell me qualifications and credentials. Still have no chance.
Who told you that?
Dr. Marcelina.
Told you need qualification to do what?
To become the Prime Minister. Not Prime Minister, the Minister of VSA. Now, when time has come now, I sit down on the table and I say, okay, they say that the Minister of VSA is qualified. She has the credentials. Okay, no problem. I asked them, Melody, can you please show me the credentials that you claim she has? Let me have really not even a conversation about that. This is the board. This is the board and the doctor.
So the only house nigga that's left is Richard Bruch. Yes. Yeah? Okay, house nigga is a little bit too much. Can I say house slave? Is that better? Does that roll off the tongue? The house slave. Bruch, let's go. Come in, PM. I want to know when you have politicians going to have their own mind, you know? No, that's exactly what happened with Kevin. No, don't have your own mind. No. Anyway, so the question is, where will Julian Rolex go? Most probably, I won't guess because he has to make a decision. So we'll see what happens. Anything else from the other parties? More news? You'll have to wait until we come back. Welcome to the Late Night Show. We have a good one for you. Stay with us.
Attention, St. Martin. Get ready for the biggest used car blowout event of the year at Motor World Used Cars. Happening on Saturday, June 1st at 9 a.m. sharp. A wide variety of cars, Jeeps, and trucks will be on sale with discounts off the entire inventory. They're offering certified pre-owned vehicles starting as low as $5,000. And remember, cash is king. First come, first serve. Don't miss out on Motor World's used car blowout sale on Saturday, June 1st, where you could save big on a used car. Visit Motor World Used Cars in Kobe or MotorWorldGroupSXM.com for more information.
Hey, did you know I just signed up for Flex by Telem?
Do you mean flex like this?
Definitely not that. Telem's Flex is a mobile plan that adapts to your needs. Each month, I get a preset monthly fee that has a set amount of data, SMS, and minutes. So I know what I'm getting. But say goodbye to overages and bill shock because when I go over my postpaid plan, it switches to prepaid. So I have the flexibility to top up what I need when I need it. I'm in complete control. My budget, my rules.
Okay, party time. Party information time. So the new parties that are going to be contesting so far, we have the SAM party of course, the good former MP, Frankie Myers. And then, of course, the names that we're hearing from the parties, from the SAM party is getting pretty interesting. We're hearing Chacho, my boy Chacho is supposed to be coming back under the SAM party. Mei Ling Chun supposed to be coming back. She was part of the UP before. Now she is, then she retired, and now she should be coming back. Anuska Friday? Oh, I thought she was a National Alliance supporter. I don't understand how they lose her. How they lose her so. Emily, yes, Emily, our good, long-time VSR minister, then went and now it's a media guy. So I guess now he's gonna try to become back a minister or part of the a new party. That's what I'm hearing, people. Also, Tamara Leonard, she administered her resignation from the United People's Party, so that means she's a free agent and she should be going to the SAM party. And then, of course, you have some other names that are circulating because everybody's looking for a home. Other parties that are coming out of the woodworks, I hear that there's supposed to be an independista type of party that is being formed. I don't know how far they are with it, but a bunch of people that believe in independence. I wonder how that's going to go. Let's see. And then, of course, Olivier Arenal. Oh, if I hear that bell one more time, I get a headache. He is going to be starting his own party. Now, somebody tell Olivier, you know what, I'll tell Olivier, but I'll just take this one, okay? I'll take this one, or you take the next one, because I don't want to get a series. I do not want to get a series. I warn you, do not do a series, because then I'm going to do a series, okay? Olivier Arenal is no good, part 1. Okay. Olivier, in case nobody told you, you addressed Natalie Tacklin for you to register your party. Spoiler alert, the voting bureau is not in charge of registering new parties. You have to go to the electoral council. Somebody else is in charge of that. Google, it works, and you have like all the requirements. You just sending a letter is not enough. You gotta send documents, supporting documents, and all kind of things with it. You got time. You got time. I just letting you know, because they're gonna just hold it, and then maybe a day before new registration of parties finished, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Mr. Arenal, forget to inform you that yeah, you have to go this place, and this is the email that you have to send it to." Not to Natalie Tacklin. She can't register you. No, she's the one who executes. Electoral Council is the council that, establishes, give you the color, give you everything, all those type of things. Just so you know, hey, it's okay. I give you this one for free. Next one, I don't know. I don't think so. You're a millionaire, so you got to send me a check. You got send me a wire transfer. A wire transfer. People don't take checks here no more. Anything else or other parties? I think that's about it. Everybody's, of course, trying to come with a full list. People are already asking me, how am I seeing the elections? Who's in trouble? Clearly, the No Party in trouble, because that's the party of Kevin Mingret. Duh. So, if Kevin Mingret goes back on the No Party, they're going to get flack. If he doesn't go on the No Party, they're still going to get flack, because everybody's going to say, but that's the party that got in Kevin Mingret. All you got to do a cleanup, All you got to do a serious cleanup, a PR. Chris, where that big mouth is, let me go, get the inhaler, and come out, and let's rumble. Come on, tell us how Up and National Alliance is no good and it's garbage. Come on, Chris. Let's go. Wake up. Then, the USM. Big trouble. Contrary to popular belief, Dr. Luc Marcelina has to remember that while he is in office, he has to run a campaign. You know how hard that is? Ask Silveria. That's why she gets less votes this time around, and Cherendi bust her ass. Ask Silveria. You got to run the country and still go and shake hands and hug people and kiss babies. No, you know what? Leave the babies alone. No, it's 2024. You're going to get in trouble. No. So, please, USM have to come up with a strategy whereby they show that they are a force to be reckoned with. Shamia Roseberg, she's nice, positive, kumbaya. And then you have the doc, just there cleaning up the government building. I have to clean St. Martin. Then, the PFP, not so much, because, Melissa, Ludi, powerhouses. So, they're going to get the same seats. I see that. DP, I don't know. DP quiet as always. You can't count out Auntie Sarah. That woman is not from this world. Every time you just count her out, she just comes back and busts you in your ass. I bet you Sarah was there when Adam and Eve was there. It was Adam, Eve, and Sarah. It had to be Sarah. Pete, it had to be Adam, Eve, and Sarah. That have to be it. Oh, you don't forget what he said. Don't touch the apple. And what color is the apple? I done. I don't want to get strike down. Stop. I'm joking. All right. The ECE is also something you have to look at. The USP, from what I hear, they said they were not running, but now that they got more time, they can run still. I do know that the highest vote getter under the USP, Gromiko Wilson, decided not to go by Curaçao, his Curaçao fellow Curaçaoians under USM. I hear that he's going on the Now Party. Whew, that should be a force to be reckoned with. Chris, loudmouth. Gromiko, loudmouth. Two loudmouths? Are we going to get work in Parliament done though? Because we're just going to get people screaming the whole time. We're live in Parliament and they walk out. These people walk out. They get brown sack. They get brown sack. And Chris in the back going like, you see, I agree. I agree. I agree. Absolutely crazy. Preposterous. Imagine a Parliament, and then you got Olivier in the back with a bell. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Order, Madam Chair. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, hey, that would be a circus to watch. Anyway, time for your flashback. Enjoy.
Flashback.
Confusion in we country. That's how some people might describe the recent political developments that we have on this wonderful island. Let's start off with the latest information concerning the resignation of the Voting Bureau. Now, who's the Voting Bureau? Guess what? The people that organize the elections. Yay! You get it? That's why it's called the Voting Bureau. Some people send me messages, oh, Andrew, what's the Voting Bureau? And why is it so important that they don't resign? And I was like, really? Really? Like you didn't get nothing in school? Nothing. Like, anyway. Okay, so they made the positions available. So the 2nd of October is the day that we were supposed to have postulation, which is mañana. What does that mean? That means the people who have to receive the list are actually no longer there. Makes it a little bit difficult for our illegal Prime Minister, Leona Madan Romeo. Now, I know, are you going to watch me and are you going to say, Andrew, please have respect. You can't call her the illegal Prime Minister. And I would say to that, I don't care. She illegal. Why is she illegal? Because she was asked to go home by the Parliament, majority of Parliament, and she refuses. She refuses. Instead, she stays on and continues to make mistake after mistake. Now, another person that I'm going to blame for this debacle we're in right now is the governor of St. Martin. Usually, I don't go after the governor because the governor is what you have, like, you know, the high office, Oranyana for, you know, the whole, hey, Dutch representatives, one of ours, don't touch it. It's Excellency Governor Eugene Holiday. However, I don't understand why the governor made the mistake to sign the first decree in the first place. So after the Council of Ministers lost its support, the Council of Ministers, represented by the illegal Prime Minister, decided to send a decree to the wonderful people at the governor, which is supposed to be the whole cabinet. No problem. All right. They invoked Article 59, meaning election time. Right? You with me? Okay. Now that it's election time, it means that this particular Prime Minister decided to ignore the fact that there's a new majority in Parliament and say that, you know, the Parliament now isn't working, we need elections. Completely ignoring the fact that we have certain regulations for new parties to register, to organize the elections, to have a proper date, to have a proper postulation. The minister, our general affairs, the prime minister, decided to just go ahead anyway and call elections within 2 months instead of 3 months. Okay, no problem. Okay. Now, the prime minister can do what she wants, but the governor is the one who is like the watch commander. He is the one that makes sure that the Constitution doesn't get trampled on and still checks on the, the interests of the Dutch.
Having these members move to the other side of the aisle does not guarantee stability and unity the country needs. Therefore, on September 22nd, the Council of Ministers invoked Article 59, allowing the voters of St. Martin the opportunity to decide on the future of St. Martin.
The governor then had to read this decree and say, Leona, boobalicious, listen, we can't continue with this particular decree the way it is because it doesn't allow new parties to register. It doesn't keep into account that the voting bureau and the electoral bureau has to still organize the elections. So what you need to do is take this back, revise it, come back, and then I'll sign it, maybe. No, instead, the governor decided to sign it right away. Elections, November the 25th. Okay. Afterwards, when people start to complain, and complaint after complaint, and constitutional lawyers, professors, everybody saying that Leona Marlin is wrong for organizing the elections so quick without taking into account what is going on with new parties registering and also organizing the elections. The chairperson of that voting bureau came out last week and said very clearly, let me do it in his voice, I think it is necessary that we explain to the people that we cannot have elections just like that because it tramples on the people's way of having to vote properly because certain guidelines was not followed by this government, and therefore we will have an unconstitutional elections. That's what Jason Rogers said, the head of the voting bureau. But of course, it went on deaf ears by the Leona Marlin cabinet, and everybody just ignored what the voting bureau had said. So, today, the day before postulation, the whole voting bureau was like, you know what? We're not going to take part in this circus. We quit. So now, with the postulation day being tomorrow, who is going to be the one that is going to accept? Who is going to accept the list? Who's going to announce that, okay, these are the parties who are registered, we are ahead, going ahead, we good to go for November the 25th? Who? We are in a crisis. This is embarrassing. And the fact that we can't hear from our prime minister is even worse. Because we can't hear anything, we can't we don't know what she's doing, and then she always comes with reactive. And I bet you tomorrow she'll have the press briefing normal, she'll stand, she'll give a nice speech and say why we should have the election still, and say that, you know, they're busy working on a solution and they're waiting for the governor to sign it. Which makes it even worse if the governor decides to sign it and allow other parties to come in. Why I say that is because now that means when the new government comes in from, say, Vera Jacobs, that would mean that they can change it or cancel the elections. And then why wouldn't the governor sign it now? Because it's a different council of ministers. You see, everything goes on a trend. And if you don't follow the trend, you're in trouble. Because, of course, the new council of ministers is going to say, but governor, we don't have the money for elections. This is not the right time for elections. We have a full majority of 9. Therefore, we should not have elections. Cancel it. And how does the governor say, no, I'm not signing that? The situation right now is confusion. We don't know whether we're going to have a proper postulation day on Wednesday. We'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen. But in the meantime, the voting bureau members have resigned. They have made their position available. Maybe the Council of Ministers or Leona could go and they could beg them to stay on for, for this particular election. But then I doubt they would do that because these are people who actually have some type of integrity. Election and confusion in our country. We got to get it right sometime, people. We got to get it right.
That is it for the Show. Thank you so much for watching. Until tomorrow, do have a safe and pleasant one.